It's pretty cool to have cars winning races that we built in our little industrial unit in the small town of Maruya, New South Wales. I'm Maisie Place owner and driver at Maisie Place Motorsport, and we are a 4-car team in the RX8 Cup Series. Well, I started working as an apprentice mechanic in Canberra for John Waterhouse at Reliance Automotive. I was doing track days in my RX7 at the time and doing motorcarnas, a bit of rally navigating here and there. And John was the category technical for RX8 Cup, and he went, well, why don't you start circuit racing? And so I contacted Rick Shaw, bought a car, and the rest is history. I always had a huge passion for rotary powered vehicles, so I met him because I'd taken my RX7 to him to be tuned and just fell in love with the place and decided that's where I wanted to be. I had bought my car just before the Morgan Park round and didn't have the funds to get there because I'd just bought the car. So I actually never went and saw an RX8 Cup meeting until I competed at Wakefield Park for the first time in 2018. I had actually crashed the car at a track day a week before my first ever race meeting. So Phil Alexander was giving me some coaching and I hadn't quite nailed the heel toe, and I came into the fish hook way too hot, tried to shift into second gear, compression locked and crashed into the fish hook. I got through my first race meeting. I even overtook a car in my first race meeting. Yeah, the category was just awesome. They were all so supportive. They really wanted to see me do well. They all gave advice. They all gave me car setup instructions, things like that. And so yeah, I decided that's where I wanted to stay. My goal when I came into the series was, I never thought I'd be a race car driver. This was just a dream come true, actually being in a race car, being in such a competitive, fun field. And my goal was just to improve, get comfortable in the car and just be on a racetrack. I had no ambition to go any further. I had no ambition to do what I'm doing now and run a race team. I just wanted to be in a race car. These people that you've admired your whole life being in the rotary world, and now they're suddenly your best mates. It's a very weird feeling, and being able to race with John Bowe, like how many people actually get to say that? So we ran 6 cars at the last race meeting, and we had a lot of girls on the team, which was very special to me. Even Aaron Hill's mechanic, Kira, came and helped out. It was Kyla, myself and Kira, along with Cassie, who was driving in car 60. I mean, those people are just awesome. Like every single one of them, I love seeing girls there. But Liam, Mick and Tom getting involved in the team has just made the team so much better. I really wouldn't be able to do it without them, especially Liam. So Liam drove with us at the 6 hour and now works for us, and yeah, we love having him here.
I'm Liam Duffin, I'm 21. I'm the race engineer / driver coach / assistant mechanic / therapist for Maisie. We've always wanted to do Bathurst. I mean, anyone in the Southern Hemisphere is keen to do a Bathurst Enduro. And Dad came in, he's like, yeah, are you keen on doing Bathurst 6 hour next year? Obviously I said yes, and now I'm stuck here. Yeah, so I've been flying over for usually about a week before the event to help Maisie and Brian. Nowhere near as good of a mechanic as Maisie, but she's an awesome teacher. The last round was excellent in terms of the large group of cars that were at the front of the field and the close proximity of the field, from Mick Hazelton, who's our championship leader, to our newest release drivers like Manath Prasad. Maisie's made a huge improvement this year since I first saw her drive at Winton. So Sydney was amazing because she really worked hard on her car beforehand, and it really showed in terms of her results. My proudest moment of the weekend was Maisie being able to race alongside Max Wilson and Matt Tatani. And in fact, she actually managed to beat Matt Tatani over the line, which was super cool.
So Mick Hazelton was driving number 66, which was Gary's car. It's also known as Mighty Mouse. We name all our cars, we find it's good luck. So Michael came into the team as a driver last year and the car actually blew up, so he didn't complete the meeting. And we decided to make it up to him at round 1 this year and put him in the car again. And he came back to me and said, I'm going to help you set up all your cars. He said, there's some great potential there. I want to help you with car setup. And so Mick became part of the team. He comes down on weekends, helps set up the cars, gives input on what we can do to make the cars faster, and it's proven to work. And so we keep micking our cars just to say thank you for everything he does for the team. Like, he tows the race cars to the track for us and everything. He is awesome and such a nice guy, like very easy to get along with. We have put Mick in 4 different cars for the 4 rounds of the season so far, and there's 2 rounds left and we've got 2 more cars lined up for him. We're going to see if it's possible to win the championship in 6 different cars, because it's never been done before. I always thought it would be cool to own a race team, but I never thought there was a possibility of it. And once we started leasing out the cars, it just all became a reality, and it hit me like, wow, I've managed to achieve this at 22 years old, and like, I'm a race car driver, I own a race team, I'm a qualified mechanic all at 22 years old. Like, how good's life? So I found, since getting into motorsport and expressing my career on social media, a lot of doors have opened up for me. So at the beginning of last year, I was contacted by Anthony Bowser from Golden Rotor Racing over in America about racing his RX-8 at Watkins Glen International, which is, I think anyone would pay anything to go to Watkins Glen. It is just an incredible racetrack. I didn't have the money at the time. The stars didn't align, and I said no. And then he contacted me again at the beginning of this year. And once again, I said no, because the budget was tight. I'd just started my own mechanic business. I didn't think it was achievable. Yeah, my dad sort of got in my head and said, well, it's an incredible opportunity. I'm sure if anyone could find the money, it will be you. I gathered up some sponsors and I made it happen, but my seat was no longer available. So he put me in contact with Baller Team Racing, who Steve was just awesome. He's wild. I really, really enjoyed my time with him. But yeah, they had a K24 swapped Honda Integra. They said, yeah, there's a seat available. I flew over straight from Winton to America and raced pretty much. It was the day after I landed, we're on the racetrack. Watkins Glen is the most incredible place I have ever driven in my life. This is my dad, Brian, who has just been my rock through all of this. Like, we have our disagreements, but honestly, none of us could do this without each other. He's now getting to live his dreams because of me, and I'm very proud of that.
It's something that has meant that we can compete at the top. We are now building cars in our shed here that are leading the championship. RX-8 Cup was something that we could afford, build a bit of a business out of leasing out cars, not to make money, but so that our racing doesn't cost us any money. And without doing that, we wouldn't be doing it, because we've got no money. So this is how we fund our racing. We couldn't really do this model in many other categories. They make the right noise, they look good, the support from the people in the category was unbelievable. We felt at home the first day we got there. We really felt like they wanted us to be there, and everyone wanted us to be there. And we've done that in return to a lot of people who join the category now. We want them to feel like they should be there, you know, because that's what they, as yourself, Matt, you've experienced it, and the generosity we try and give is what we were given when we joined.
So Dad has done one race meeting. It was actually in Mighty Mouse, the one that just won the round. Tell us how your race meeting went, Dad.
Oh, it was great up until lap 1, race 1, when I hit the wall. Yeah, and I put it on the trailer and took it home. Yeah. Yeah. Other than that, it was a great weekend.
Saying that, he was beating me when he hit the wall, so yeah. I got a good view of it.
I quite enjoy the logistics of getting it all happening and seeing our cars run at the front. I get a massive kick out of that. And to think that we put a car on the grid at Bathurst was just, that's like one of the highlights of my life. I've been to 38 or so Bathurst 1000s every 6 hour, every 12 hour. But for us to actually put a car on the grid was just sort of next level.
It was dream come
joy.
True.
Dream come true, exactly.
We couldn't have asked for a better group of drivers.
Absolutely. I'm very happy with where we are. I'm very, very happy with the RX8 Cup. It's home. So
sort of hard to say where we aspire to be as well, because we never thought we'd be where we are
exactly.
now.
We thought we'd have one car running around the back of RX8 Cup.
Even then, we didn't think racing was ever possible because we don't have money.
But to be where we are and doing it how we're doing it, self-funding has taught us a lot business-wise. RX8 Cup is home to us, so I don't have aspirations to do too much different. Yeah, look, if someone wants to jump in one of our cars for a round, give us a call. We can put you in a car. We as cheap as we can and try and give as much as we can for the money. We understand that people out there are in our situations while we try and give back. Money's hard to come by. It's very hard to come by, and to charge someone a huge amount to do a RX8 Cup round is difficult, but it's necessary as well, because the cars aren't cheap. Everything's expensive.
I think our biggest thanks needs to go out to Rick Shaw, because when I was a little 18-year-old wanting to get into car racing with no experience, he really took a chance on me. Him and Phil worked so hard to get me into a race car, and it has been incredible.
I would like to thank everyone that's been involved in, I don't usually talk like this, but this journey. Yeah, we've made some lifelong friends out of it. We go and spend time with people, come and stay at our house every couple of weeks. There seems to be another RX8 Cup member at our house. We just love the camaraderie, and I'd like to thank all of them people that have made this such an enjoyable journey, really. We've got to thank Michelle. Who can't thank Michelle?
I don't think Mum gets enough thanks.
She doesn't get enough thanks. She does a lot behind the scenes that no one knows about. This is a thank you from us anyway, but we can't survive without them people.
We really need to thank all our supporters, the businesses, individuals, everyone who has helped us along the way. Without all our supporters, none of this would be possible. We're not going to name them all because there's a lot, but you all know who you are.
And so there's some big businesses that have given us a bit of a help as well, and we'd like to say thank you to all of them, and we still look forward to working with you for years to come.
You're all a pack of arseholes.
Only Jet Bloomerous is a pack of arseholes.